everyone to Circle the Main Podcast Top 5 Picks of the Week as we're back with the top 5, ladies and gentlemen. And this is the host, Stevie's One I've been seeing here with my other host, mi familia, the faction, of course, the 4 Horsemen, but the other one, he's on vacation. He's taking a break. But yes, the host, Stevie's One I've been seeing here with Mr. 69 himself, Mr. MGC, the Encyclopedia of Professional Wrestling, the Sparkling Puff Water. Well, I don't even know what is it called.
Life Dollar Tree Water.
Pure Life Dollar Tree Water. Hey, you can't go wrong with that. Matt Callis. And of course, the director of all directors, of course.
I mean, yeah, I'm the Scorsese of the Spielbergs, the Spike Jones of the Spike Lees, who's other good directors? Brian De Palma's of the who did Wonder Woman and Patty Jenkins? Yeah.
The Michael Bays of Bays, the Tarantino.
The Michael Bay, B-A-Y of B-A-Es. Yes, I love it. Let's do it. Michael Bay of Bays. Ivan, you always you kill me, brother. You always make me feel like I belong here. So thank you.
Well, you do, but bro, this is your show. It's not only my show. Shit.
Oh, I know that, but like, it's like mi familia, mi hermano. It's beautiful. Thank you.
Of course, because
we are live.
That's beautiful.
Let's Crash from Fate Destroyed, available on Spotify right now. But go check out the new single Mutation anywhere you watch or listen to music. We have a music video on YouTube. We have sound everywhere. Handle it.
And subscribe.
Subscribe by
follow.
Yeah.
No, we're not live. We're recording.
We're not live?
No.
Wait, are we? Wait,
we're recording.
We're not live on YouTube right now?
No, we're recording. This is a recording.
Oh, I told Vanessa, I told her that we're live right now to go watch, but just kidding.
Yeah. This was a recording, ladies and gentlemen, of course. And yes, so let me give you the top 5. So the directors, this is the director's picks. Last week we gave you the call-ups for the best ones.
We gave you the top 5 best NXT call-ups to the main roster, and this week it is the bottom 5.
And there you have it. The bottom 5, ladies and gentlemen, bottom 5.
It's the race to the bottom, you guys.
Hey, spoiler alert, Bo Dallas, he's not on either list, so you're going to have to watch to find out.
Oh, that's right. But yeah, let's go to the wheel. That's right. Let's go to the wheel. And here we go.
Here we go. Keenan and Kel.
Oh, man. You bring it.
Oh, here it goes.
All right. Make it bigger, and let's do it. The director himself goes first.
All righty, then. It's my list. I better pop this one off quick. So my list is based on just the biggest letdowns, not necessarily by the performer, but by the ball being dropped by creative. It's not always the performer or the superstar's fault that their career didn't take off in the way it should have. A lot of times we do blame the higher ups, Vince, John, who else is back there calling them weird shots that are like, anyways, I blame them.
Bruce Pritchard. 5.
Yeah, Bruce Pritchard. Yeah. I love you. I don't love you, Bruce Pritchard. I don't look at that, brother love. So my number 5, he's still on the roster, and I'm pretty sure, and he's still doing stuff, and he's still active. I think it's a tragic mishandling of his career, but he's still getting TV time, so he's at number 5 and not any higher than that. There may be 5 people on this list, but he is the one and only Prince Puma Ricochet. Man, like, he has all the makings of a superstar that Vince doesn't like. He's fast. He's flippy dippy. He doesn't really talk on the mic, and he's only like 6 feet, 190 pounds. Vince hates all of those things, which is why I think he jobs out to Brock Lesnar. Kind of is stuck with that weird angle, I think, against Muhammad, this guy. I think he had an angle versus that guy. It was really bad. Mustafa Ali. Is that who I'm thinking of? Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, he just hasn't been put in the right spot. I think had at least like a U.S. title at one point or something even smaller than that. Yeah, his skill set is much better than his career trajectory is being handled in the main roster. Number 4, still on the main roster, still in a very high profile angle. I don't know if they're punishing her, but she's doing the best she can with the Nikki Ash character. And that's, in my opinion, Nikki Cross. I think that the whole insanity angle was good down in NXT. She was one of my favorite NXT superstars. The Nikki's gonna kill you. That whole character was awesome. She would have been great in the Bray Wyatt angle instead of Alexa Bliss, who was also doing great in that angle. Not saying that she wasn't, but they could have and should have kept her like the. Vince doesn't really like creepy women, I'm surprised that Luna Vachon got as far as she did, Sherry Martel, but like that was it, like she's not the traditional female Vince girl. And I think he's like, okay, well then I'm going to turn you into Doink. She's kind of the new Barry Darso, which is just a tragedy for a girl with her skill set.
Wow.
There, I said it.
I know you just did. I'm like, whoa. It blew my mind. I'm like,
yeah. Number 3, take your pick. Anybody in Retribution.
Well, you mean we don't call it Retribution, we call it Hometown Buffet. That's what we call it.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, Mercedes Martinez got out of there quick. I think Mia Yim was in there. She kind of got out of there quick. Poor Dominik Dijakovic, who is a mega talent. We saw that in his matchups down in NXT. The dude basically is the Stipe Miocic of WWE. He's 6 foot and can do double. He's 6'6" and can do double backflips and pump kicks, and he could be out there just handling business with Cesaro or Sheamus. I don't even know if he's still employed or still on TV. He could have just come up as Dominik, and I mean, maybe they didn't like they had the same name as Ray's kid, and were like, "Fuck this guy, let's put a mask on him." But yeah, terrible mishandling of everybody on that roster in that faction. I'm really sorry, Slapjack and T-Bag and in Star Wars.
He just said T-Bag.
T-Bag.
That's real bad. We knew that angle was not going anywhere the moment it showed up. Like, it was just bad news bears all over the place, and we knew who everybody was. That was the worst part. Was like, oh, who is this new mystery group? And everybody was like, well, we're like, we know who that is. Like the worst. It was really bad cosplay. Like, I've seen better cosplay at Hobby Lobby. So it's just, yeah.
T-Bag.
Yeah.
Hey, good call, by the way. I love you for that, for saying that, Dijakovic is like your Steve Miocic of fucking WWE.
Yeah, like they look like brothers. They're both, tall, agile athletes, and Dom.
We're happy and we're singing and we're colored.
Give me a high five.
Number 2, a very recent failure, in my opinion, and people do question his in-ring skills. They question his mic skills, but when you have Scarlett Bordeaux next to you, you don't need any of those things. Poor Karrion Kross was dead on arrival. Former NXT heavyweight champion, lost in his Raw debut, and literally cut like a week later. The dude was everything that Vince wants. He was 7 feet tall, a hulking figure, looks like a boss fight from Final Fantasy. Scarlett Bordeaux was everything in a Vince girl, a very attractive blonde, but with very evil vibes. I really love the TikTok vibe, not the platform, but the countdown. I really love that creepy, evil vibe that they had going on, and it took like 6 days from that loss. I don't know if Vince had a grudge or if Vince was like, I don't know. I would love to hear explanations. Budget cuts is an excuse. We know that. We know that, like, they don't like someone. It's budget cut. It's just business, and I get that, but I just want to know why. Number 1, if he's not, then you don't get to bask in his glory. That's Keith Lee. Keith Lee could have been the next. Name your superstar. He could have been the next John Cena. He could have been the next Randy Orton. He was primetime TV with the mic skills to match. athletic, strong, charismatic. Could have been the next Rock for all I know, but we never got to know because he was so over that Vince couldn't control it, and I think that's why he let him go after a month or less on the main roster. I think he had a questionable loss. I think did he lose to Brock or he lost to like somebody, and everybody was like, "Why did that happen?" Did he lose? He lost to somebody, and everybody was like, "What the fuck?"
Not to Randy. No, I know what you're talking about, but I can't
recall
who did he lose to. Shit,
But
quick
yeah,
question.
I don't know what about Keith Lee they didn't like. It's complete mistrust in the talent. It proves that Vince has television writers and not wrestling writers, I guess. I don't know. I just feel real bad. I'm glad that he's being limitless down in AEW. I can't put into words how upsetting it is to see Keith Lee, who in the Survivor Series match was over like Rover. You know, like he had the crowd at the beck and call. Like people loved him, and he could tope con hilo with the best of them. It was wild. I'd love to see more six mans. Imagine that guy in the elimination chamber. Holy shit, he could moonsault off the top of the chamber onto like everybody, and the ring would still break. Imagine if a chamber ring broke. That would be sick as fuck. But we're not going to see it because Vince doesn't know what's good for TV. It's good for business, or whatever he says. I got one dishonorable mention, and this is to no fault of creative control at all, and you can't teach that, and that's what's his name? Enzo Amore. Enzo. He was called up. What was the name of that faction?
Oh my God! Come here, Big Kaz and Enzo, or they?
Yeah, and Carmella. I love them. Did they have a name? Anyways, they could have been the new DX. They could have been the new name your faction that was over. But he had they both had bad attitudes. They apparently, and I'm only saying what I've heard and read, allegedly rubbed people the wrong way in the back room.
Mostly allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. And that's what I've heard allegedly led to their downfall. They could have had it all, and they, I think, chose allegedly to be arrogant and a little cocky and a couple haters. So, yeah. That is one case where it was up to the superstar, I think, to make or break their career, which is why they get a dishonorable mention. That is my list.
We'll make movies.
There you go.
I'll quote Enzo here. It's like my wages getting garnished from my image that you tarnished.
All right, back to the wheel and see what we got. Let's go. Here we go. I love this wheel.
I like that it doesn't have all the ads on it now too.
I think I'm gonna be pretty quick. I'm gonna be lightning quick because like a few of them I don't have like barely anything to say much about. You know, that's all I gotta say about that. No. I'll bring that back. So all right. My list it's a mix of both people who aren't too great and just people who aren't great due to fault of their own or not fault of their own. So
Right.
it's a little bit of mix of both. You know, my number 5 is somebody who actually is pretty great, you know, given better circumstances, but sadly not. And I'm going to give it to number 5 to Chad Gable, Shorty G.
I feel I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep in mind, this is a race to the bottom.
especially like the Shorty G gimmick itself, which was like Vince, I think 101 making fun of someone on TV.
He's making fun of him. He's fucking short. He's making fun of him.
He's literally an Olympic hero, and who gives a fuck? He's 5'8"? That's not short.
He can kick our asses though for that. How tall is he? Shit. Greco-Roman wrestler. Shit.
I'm gonna zoom
He's
through.
5'8" exactly. How did I know that? That is average height for an American male.
You are a former professional wrestler. You know your heights. You know everything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 6 exactly, and I'm not. I'd probably be too short for Vince. Like me and Jericho and AJ are like the same height.
I'm gonna zoom through. I'm gonna zoom through 4 and 3, just because Slapjack You know.
Shane Hayes, now known in New Japan.
And then number 3, T-Bar, T-bone steak, T-bag.
Oh my God, T-bag.
God, Chris, you've given a new name. We've got a new meme on our hands.
Yep.
All
Slap
right.
balls and T-bag.
Slap balls. Yeah, there you go. I think I got. Oh wait, hold on. There you go. There you go. Hold it up. I got to hold it up to the camera. There's the tea bag. All right. Number 2, Matt Riddle.
Really?
Okay.
Okay. Explain.
I mean, you're gonna have to explain yourself on this one because I got a rebuttal if you don't hit the points I want to hear.
I don't think I have a whole lot. I mean, he was such like a. I remember watching the Adam Cole Matt Riddle match, and it was like he was really like that contender that, you know. And now, you know, I haven't I'm this is from my lack of study on him, because I haven't seen him. I haven't watched that much of him on the main roster. I've only caught what I've caught of him on NXT. So I haven't seen enough of him. I haven't seen enough of him on main roster. So, you know, I could be wrong on this one.
Well, let me tell you that he's for the past year, he's been in a prime angle with Randy Orton, where he's been trying to garner his like favor. He's like trying to be bros, pun intended, with Randy Orton, and Randy Orton is like, who's this fucking stoner? Who's this weird stoner kid? Get away from me. But then they started winning, and then they won the tag championships, and then they kept winning. And so Randy's finally like, yo, this kid's kind of cool. Let me hang out with him for a while. And now Randy's doing a bunch of funny stuff. And Matt Riddle, that is, if you ever watch Ultimate Fighter, that is Matt Riddle. That's not a character. Like the whole, sup, bro, dude, you want to go? It's 420, man. I'm going to go smoke a spliff and do a moonsault. That is Matt Riddle, 100%. That's not him pushed to 11 like Ric Flair. That is him day-to-day basis for sure.
Every day.
So, yeah.
I wonder if he really bought that scooter. If he really that's like really his scooter right there.
Probably. I mean, the dude's he's a kid. Like the guy's guy popped for weed like twice in the UFC, and then they cut him. So like that is him for real.
And now WWE is no longer testing for marijuana.
Mary Jane Watson, Spider-Man.
Not only that, and then Riddle's getting his push. Even though he's no longer Matt Riddle, he's just only Riddle, but Riddle's getting his push. And he'll be facing Roman Reigns pretty soon. Right now, this is since he lost the tag team titles, him and Randy, to the Usos, to basically make a unification title versus title versus the Usos. And now Matt Riddle's on a main event. He's been on a main event role, so he's gonna be there. Vince likes him. He's like, I love him, pal. Yes, yeah, Vince, Randy. You know, that's how he talks.
Riddle. It's like RK Bro 420 just smoked your ass. Like I saw that one.
I do love the one. I don't know if you saw it on the social media when he meets with RBD. Bro, dude, like, oh, it's so epic. Hell yeah.
All right. So this is kind of my race to the bottom, more or less. So, you know, I don't know everything. I don't know this whole story, but you know, I don't think this was such a great call up, and I don't know how he was in the ring. You know, I just kind of know what I've heard about him, and I want to go too deep into it. But, you know, like I said, this race to the bottom, Lars Sullivan.
No, good call. Good fucking call.
It's definitely his fault, but I feel you on that for sure.
Yeah,
it's not my fault.
There's no drums. There's just whenever we do worst lists, it's always or like fart noises. Who knows? So I have nothing to say, Al. Nothing else to say.
I mean, great pick. I'm gonna lie. That's the number one that I would have probably chosen because Chris mentioned that it is his fault. Oh, yeah, he fucked up. How the hell you're not gonna get rid of your past like that? People are gonna bring it up. Oh, you used to be in pornography. Yeah. You used to. Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
you know, the whole the things that were made to light, we don't need to bring up. But clearly, they were very public opinions.
Exactly. And then when Vince saw that, he just went,
"Son of a bitch! Take me to him! Come on! Go!
That's what he did. That's what Vince did. He was fucking pissed. He's like, nope, take him away. Yes, that's what happened.
Yup.
All right, here we go. My list. Yes. Number 5, The Ascension. The Ascension. They were your next pretty much Demolition meets Legion of Doom type of style. Don't get me wrong, their performance was awesome in the ring in NXT. But when they went to the main roster, what the fuck did they do with them? They buried them. They killed them.
Yep.
Lose. Made them a
They put
joke.
him with Stardust.
Yeah. Stardust.
I don't know. Jazz hands. Fucking jazz hands.
They made him a joke. And it's an unfortunate. And I feel really bad for the Ascension because they're a great tag team. They're awesome. They're very humble. It just sucks that happens to them. The main roster didn't do shit at all. Number 4, Tyler Breeze. Tyler Breeze.
Tyler.
There you go. The gimmick was awesome at NXT. People loved it. But when Vince had him in the main roster, what did he do? Not a damn thing.
Not a damn thing. He did nothing.
Nothing. Zero. Nada. Made him to lose. Jobber. And then they teamed him with Fandango. Don't get me wrong. One thing I would say
I did like the Breezango Police or whatever that was. That was over for a while, but it was a comedy gimmick that had a shelf life of a month.
No, agreed. And not only that, but you remember they dropped the ball. The fans were so hyped they were gonna win the tag team titles against the Usos. And I was like, yes, give them to them. The crowd was right behind Breezango. And that was a chance for Tyler himself too, besides Fandango to make a career out of themselves because they were, how you mentioned, Chris, they were already up there, but then Vince decided not to go with them. So what, they got mad? They became more a main event and all that, and then fuck it, they asked to go back to NXT, and they did, and they did a great job. But it sucks that main roster, they don't believe in you. They don't believe. No, we're not adding both that. I'm not adding both that. No, because it's too predictable with the thumbnail. We're not doing that. That's my number 4. My number 3, and it's unfortunate that they really did not use her at all at her best, and I was pissed off that they didn't. And that is
Maria Kanellis.
Ember Moon.
I was kidding. I knew.
Ember Moon was they first called her up. I was happy. I was stoked. But did I feel it was too soon? I think it was. I think she needed more time in NXT. And when she mentioned on her, her conversation with Chris Van Fleet, she wanted to go back because she wanted to find herself again and recreate her character. Because the Moon gimmick, everybody wasn't feeling it in the main roster, and neither did Vince. He wasn't feeling it. I mean, certain fans, I was feeling it. I enjoyed it. Hell yeah, why not? It's just that Vince didn't see anything. It didn't, and it sucks that it did not work out. She went back to NXT, and then they were gonna call her back to the main roster, and then what happened? And they did, and then what happened? Boom, they cut her. Sucks. I wish her nothing but the best. I hope she shows up in either go to Stardom, go to Yoshi Tokyo Pro, NWA, Impact at least, or AEW. I don't care. Anywhere. She could go anywhere she wants, and I hope she makes the right decision. So that's an unfortunate. That's my number 3. Number 2. Ooh, man. Number 2 will have to be the Authors of Pain.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened there.
That what pissed me off.
That had to be something behind the scenes.
Yeah. Of what? Go look at their interview with Renee Young. They both explain why, and it makes sense. And it's not their fault. I think it's just that creative made a bad decision, and they promised them one thing, and then when they changed their minds, it went a whole different direction.
They put him with Drake Mitchell or whatever his name is, Little Drake. They put him in a flak jacket and he's like 5'2" with like 7 feet monsters. Like, do you remember that? They made Drake the manager.
What's it? Oh yeah. Drake Maverick. Yes,
Maverick. Yeah. That was a nail in the fucking coffin. It didn't make any sense and it looked bad on TV.
Yeah,
Rockstar Spud is a comedy gimmick. You can't put a flak jacket on him with some fucking literal monsters from and take it seriously. I saw that, I was like, oh, this is a burial.
And what I did like, I don't know if you guys did, when they was Rollins, I did like that group though. Like when it was Rollins and him, and I think
that made more sense, like a new Shield type deal.
Yeah, that made more sense to me, and I actually enjoyed it. But then the aftermath, I'm like, what is? They didn't do anything with them. Like, yeah. I know it was during the pandemic era, but they, Heyman really praised them, really could have used them, and then I know the problem was injury prone issue. One of them, either both of them one of them get hurt, the other one gets hurt, so it makes it harder for them to compete. And it sucks. I wish they could have been tag team champions. I think they would have been right now the most dominant tag team right now, in my opinion, in the main roster. It sucks that he used them
the new acolytes, the new Shield, like completely endless possibilities.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. I wish they could have done something better with them. It sucks that their call up was not the best. And that's why I consider that. I know people are saying, "Wait, why are you saying it was no?" You gotta have, ladies and gentlemen, are watching this or are listening. We're giving this because the main roster, how they were treated, how they were misused or not used at all, and that's the unfortunate part about it. That is the unfortunate part about it. The number one, I think, is one of the worst call-ups for me because they didn't do shit with them, and they let go of one of them right away, and it's gonna catch people off guard. The Vaudevillains, Simon Gotch, and what was his name? Rusev Day. I forgot his name on WWE. I know he's different.
Aiden English. Sorry.
There you go. You caught me. Thank you for helping me. Yeah. What the fuck happened with that tag team? They were over in NXT.
I know Gotch himself was personally, I think, very outspoken of bad ideas backstage. I think I've watched interviews where he shoots about how like they don't like when you like don't like something and then you try to make it better, and they got rid of him quick. And then obviously Aiden stuck around for a lot of reasons. He's good on the mic, good wrestler, married to Vicky's daughter, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, and he was getting
not that it had anything to do with it, but it might have. I don't know.
It's I wish they could have done something with both of them. I think the gimmick was great. I think that old school
it was definitely an NXT gimmick for me.
Yeah,
I have a hard time seeing it last a couple years. I see Vince would have probably turned them straight, and I mean, like, taken off the character and just left it as is.
Yeah,
but, I was very entertained by their matches for sure. It's creative angles and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and then I will have one honorable mention, and it's like, I'm not saying, look, they're I know they should have been my number one, but the reason why they're not my number one because it wasn't the worst for them. Talking about booking style. Now, this honorable mention is for them the way how basically how they were gonna book them through in the future, and I'm glad they left and say fuck you, I'm out. And now they're one of the greatest tag teams of all time in the professional wrestling world, and that is FTR. That's a major honorable mention because they in fantastic NXT main roster they had something going, but Vince wanted to fucking change them into those fucking hat gimmicks, like looking like Willy Wonka, like oompa loompa doobity doo.
Those Dr. Seuss.
The Dr. Seuss. No, why would you do that, Vince? Don't do that.
Why would you do that?
Yes. How would you do that, Vince? And they're just like, no. So I'm happy that they're somewhere else, and they all they need is a New Japan, IWGP Tag Team Champions, and the Impact, and then that's it. They beat the Dudley Boys of all the tag team belts, all of them. That's all I need them to do. So I would say, I'll add one more. I'll add another female that I think they did. I'll add one more honor mention I forgot to mention. They didn't use her right, and it didn't make sense. Her forming a faction with this other individual, it kind of makes sense, but then they jobbed her out completely, and that is Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane was not used at all correctly, and I wish they could have used her more. And I'm glad Io Shirai is not in the main roster, but don't be surprised she will be. Don't now with this NXT with this tag team title tournament, since they took it away from Sasha and Naomi, do not be surprised you're going to see Io Shirai going to the main roster, because Vince is going to call up a lot of the girls from NXT to go up to the main roster.
He's got 2 open spots as of last week. Too soon?
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, hey, that's another conversation we can have, but for sure, you're right. Absolutely. I mean, there's no denying it. They have no plans for them. Yeah, let them sit down and get paid. We'll crown someone else new tag team champions. So, I mean, it's an unfortunate that it's that way, but yeah, Kairi Sane's with my second honor mention, like I say. So there's a lot more that we could think of, but it's just like, I feel for us three, potentially these are potentials. They could have done something different with them, and it sucks that it's in our bottles because we had high hope for them, but then went down to the drain because this man right here, this son of a bitch, won
aggression.
That's what he wants. He wants fucking.
By Vince's definition, ruthless aggression is the Flintstone vitamins of overdosing. It's so candy flavored. It's so, I don't know how he was like, what's a good name for the most G-rated wrestling ever? Ruthless aggression.
That's like, it's almost like the Kim Kardashian, you better get up and work.
Hey, sure.
Oh my God. Oh, I remember that. And then, like, girl, you don't even work. You don't even do shit.
I'd say the same thing to Vince.
Oh. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's my list. And that does it for this evening, for this top 5 for this evening for our time. But you guys are going to be watching this on Sunday afternoon, Sunday morning before AEW Double or Nothing. Make sure you guys tune in and watch that. All three of us are excited. I'm stoked. Cannot wait to see what's going to happen. Action-packed, a lot of them, and a lot of announcements already was made. Kyle O'Reilly will be facing Darby Allin. Chris, you called it, or was it De Niro that called it on the episode about Darby Allin versus Kyle O'Reilly? I don't know nothing. Someone did. I have to.
I think that was DeLorean, maybe even.
Yeah, he called it.
It
Right?
wasn't me.
Oh, somebody called it. But yeah, they made that match official now. It's going to be part of the card. Man, so much. I cannot wait. And hopefully, we'll see, ladies and gentlemen. We might do a little special one for Monday just to recap Double or Nothing, because it's a lot to recap. So we might do that Monday for Memorial Day. So stay tuned. And also, don't not forget to subscribe, of course, at the end of the video to our channel. And click on our link tree bio, where you will get us. You will get Fake Destroyed, Suplexology. And, of course, you got to follow the director. You got to follow Matt Callis, because they just bring a lot of
Such good shit.
A lot of good shit to the world of not besides music, but pro wrestling, mainly music, but everything. And we'll be back for the top 5. But the question is, what is it? We don't know yet. I would like to do top 5 Lucha Underground.
That's someone's gonna have to do their homework. I'm into it. I can make a list.
I'm down. I'm 1,000% down. I love Lucha Underground.
All right, and there you have it. Next week we are doing our top 5 Lucha Underground moments from matches.
I like that. Moments. Perfect.
Yes, moments from matches, from storylines, anything. We're finally gonna do it after 2 years. We've been waiting to do this, and we finally gonna do it. Top 5 Lucha Underground moments, and I'm excited. The director's excited, and Matt Cal is excited because that's our homework that we are gonna do. And I'm gonna have to go back and watch my seasons again for sure. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we thank you so much for tuning in. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend, as we are enjoying it as well. Enjoy your night, your afternoon, whatever time you're watching this on a Sunday. Enjoy it. If you're barbecuing, good. If you're, ahí está, salud. And if not, you're not drinking. You're drinking coffee like the director or water like Matt. There you go. Nothing wrong, of course. But enjoy your weekend. Enjoy, and I'm glad you enjoyed the show and taking the time. Do not forget to follow these once again, Mr. 69 himself, because he is none other than the one that is.
Just like Bill Watts, Eddie Graham, Vince McMahon, and Vern Gagne.
Because he is a Vern Gagne. He is the Vern Gagne. He is the Vern Gagne because Matt Callis likes to
Over and over. Make
Over and over.
history.
Over and over and over and over.
There you go.
I would definitely book Jesse Ventura if I was Vern Gagne. Jesse got to start with Vern, yeah.
And of course, the director himself, this man who is that's right, the director himself, Chris Kennedy. As we all say to you guys, au revoir, enjoy, we love you.
Sayonara.
That's right.